And the winner to be the next performer is Kevin Davidson.
Give it up for Kate and all the comics that you guys have seen so far tonight. We appreciate you guys coming out to support us tonight. My name is Kevin Davidson. I want to talk about my childhood real quick. Growing up was interesting for me, Growing up, my dad was an alcoholic. He always had a beer in one hand and a cigarette in the other. And I remember one night, me and my brother were sitting there, and my dad looks at us. He says, "Kids, learn from my mistakes, and don't do the stupid things that I do, like drink, or smoke, or sleep with your mother." Damn kids. Thanks, Dad. So my dad, he always used to tell me, "Son, be somebody," like I was nobody. And my mom used to get so upset with him. She used to tell him, "He is somebody, just not anybody that we're proud of, or that we love." Yeah, it was awkward. And when you're younger, you think you have everything figured out. Like you think you know what you want to do with your life, what you want to happen later on. Like for example, when I was younger, I always wanted to grow up and have roommates. But instead, when I grew up, I had cellmates. When I was younger, I always wanted to have cake. I always liked cake as a kid. Now that I'm older, I have diabetes. It's true, it's true. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a ladies' man. Like I always wanted to get all the chicks. So when I got older, I went and got a job at a strip club. Now I'm thinking about going gay. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a gangster. But now, I do work for the United States government as an accountant. So it's like the same thing. But I did take an interesting path to get to where I am. I went from working in retail to working in a strip club as a DJ, and now I'm an accountant. I'm going to be a CPA. And for those of you that doesn't know what a CPA is, basically I paid a lot of money, and the only thing I have to show for it is a piece of paper that says that I'm an asshole. But I'm certified. Certified asshole. That's right, that's me. But I still can't get in as much trouble now working as an accountant as I could when I worked at a strip club. Working at a strip club, you can get killed. It almost happened to me one night. I accidentally called one of the strippers by the wrong name. I called Cinnamon Donut. Look, as an accountant, if I were to mess up on $1 million tax return, the worst that would happen is I'd get a slap on the wrist. You call a stripper by the wrong name, they might be calling you DJ One Nut. Those stilettos are sharp. And girls would disappear from the club for weeks or months or whatever, and when they'd come back, you'd look at them and you'd see how much weight they gained, and that's how you can tell how long they've been in jail. Right? That's how bad the strip club was. Jail is healthier. And apparently in jail, drugs are very expensive. In the strip club, drugs are part of the uniform. When you're hired, they actually give you 1 week free supply. Do you prefer heroin or do you prefer meth? I'm all out of coke right now. But I used to run into girls all the time, outside of the club and in public. And I remember I ran into this girl one time and I couldn't remember, and I went up to her, I was like, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" And she looks at me and she's all, No, you don't know me from anywhere, DJ Fingerbang." That was my DJ name. And then she gave me $5 and asked me if I could play Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. Another thing about me is I love sports. I like to watch a lot of sports. But when I watch sports, I always somehow get myself in trouble. Like this last Thanksgiving, I was watching football with my mom and the rest of the family. And the announcer was talking about the running back, and the announcer said, "He's got really good speed." And right away I yelled out, "Who does? How much does he have? How much is it? Is it really good speed or good speed or no good speed? Because I need some really good speed." Got me in trouble. One time I was watching baseball, and the announcers were talking about the outfielders. And the announcer said, "They're playing really deep." And that got me in trouble with my girlfriend. She looked at me and said, they're playing deep, why can't you? You know, another time while I was watching football, and again, the announcer was talking about the running back, and the announcer said, he's huge from the waist down. That's when I found out that my cousin Rudy was gay. Yeah. He said, hello there, sailor. You know, one time I was watching basketball, and the announcer said, and Johnson gets to the rim with the D all over him. I know. Actually, that's not when I was watching basketball. That's when I was watching gay porn with my cousin Rudy. All right, everybody, that's all the time I'm going to take up. My name is Kevin Davidson. You know how we do this? We're going to keep the show going. We got another very funny entertainer coming up. Right now, we got America's Sweetheart coming up. Mary Upchurch.